cultural expert on Iran and advisor at the Iranian Americans for Liberty organization. Mitra, thank you so much for joining us.
Today in Iran, power operates on two levels. The regime's official narrative, which seeks to project an increasingly centralized leadership around Mojtaba Khamenei, and the real structure of power, the IRGC. The IRGC is not just a military institution. It controls the core levers of governance and plays a decisive role in shaping the country's political direction, said Mitra Jashni in an interview with Security Brief's show.
Leadership increasingly around Mojtaba Khamenei, as everybody knows. But the second layer in the actual power structure, and here serious question arises: where is this leader? How can it?
The dying regime's international campaign to reward the assassination of President Donald Trump is a brazen, state-driven incitement to terrorism that exposes its covert nature and openly crowdsources assassination. This is the normalization of political murder as official policy, which cements its status as one of the world's most dangerous state sponsors of terrorism. Nothing short of the complete dismantling of the structures that enable and perpetuate this behavior can effectively neutralize the threat it poses, wrote Iranian Americans for Liberty on X. Based on received information, Navid Soltanpour, 43, originally from Kashmir and a resident of Mashhad, was among the protesters of Iran's national uprising. After a period of living in hiding, he disappeared on March 15, 2026, and hours later, his lifeless body was shown to his family. Reports indicate that he had previously been arrested during the 2009 protests and was subjected to pressure and torture. During the protests of January, he was again present in the streets, and after witnessing the killing of one of his friends nearby, he was forced into hiding. Informed sources described this incident as a targeted and premeditated act, stating that he had long been under surveillance and pressure from security institutions. Navid Soltanpour was buried on March 17, 2026, in a heavily securitized atmosphere in his hometown of Kashmir. Based on received reports, the Tehran Intelligence Organization of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps has announced the arrest of 103 citizens since the beginning of the war. At the same time, it has been reported that 10 more citizens have been arrested in Kashan. Published reports claim that those arrested in Tehran are facing security-related charges, while those in Kashan were detained for chanting slogans in support of parties involved in the war against Iran. It is also said that authorities have taken action against individuals possessing certain communication equipment and sellers of tools used to bypass internet filtering. As of now, no further details have been released regarding the identities, whereabouts, or conditions of those detained. According to reports, Iran's police say at least 68 citizens have been arrested over sharing images of missile strike locations. The reports claim they were detained for filming targeted areas and sending the footage to foreign media, with items such as knives, stun grenades, and electronic equipment allegedly found in their possession. No details have been released about their identities, where or when they were arrested, or their current condition. Ongoing internet blackout in Iran enters its 28th day, according to reported information. NetBlocks has stated in its latest update that the internet blackout in Iran has entered its 28th day, with Iranian citizens still deprived of open access to international networks after 648 hours. The reports say that Iranians have now spent more than half of 2026 under conditions of either complete shutdown or severe restrictions on international internet access. The Greater Tehran Revolutionary Guard Corps Sarallah headquarters has reportedly issued a call titled Homeland Defenders Warriors for Iran, aimed at organizing public participation in support of military forces in wartime conditions. According to published information, the plan covers areas including operational, security, logistical support, service provision, and medical assistance. However, what has raised the most concern is the minimum registration age of 12 years for volunteers. Reports and legal assessments warn that involving children and teenagers in activities such as intelligence patrols, checkpoints, and other roles connected to wartime conditions exposes them to serious physical and psychological risks and may constitute a clear violation of child rights. The publication of such a call has once again increased concerns about the use of individuals under 18 within security and paramilitary structures. Based on received reports, Sagar Qudrat, 25, and Ghazal Qudrat, 29, two sisters working as laboratory technicians, were arrested on January 9th, 2026 on Haftatir Street in Shiraz by security forces. Reports indicate that the two sisters are currently being held in Adilabad prison, with accounts suggesting they are in poor physical and psychological condition. While arrests of this nature are often carried out without presenting a judicial warrant, formally stating charges or providing transparent information to families, concerns about violations of basic rights and the situation of these two citizens continue to grow. According to reports on Thursday, March 19th, Afzaneh Ruzbehani, the mother, and Behnoush Darvishi, the sister of the late Behnam Darvishi, were arrested by security forces while visiting his grave in Nahavand. Reports say they, along with 9 others, were detained at the gravesite and transferred to Nushin Jan prison in Malayer. There is still no clear information about their health or the conditions of detention. These arrests come as grieving families in Iran continue to face pressure and security crackdowns, even while mourning their loved ones. Based on received information, Ismail Shokri, the father of Seper Shokri, was arrested on Saturday, March 21st, 2026, while visiting his son's grave at Behesht Zahra Cemetery in Tehran. Reports indicate that the arrest was carried out by plainclothes agents who threatened this grieving father with a firearm. Human rights sources have also reported that on March 19th, 2026, agents went to Seper Shokri's grave, where they assaulted those present, including his mother, and issued threats. Previously, a video of Ismail Shokri had circulated showing him among the bodies of victims in Kahrizak, searching for his son, a video that became a symbol of the suffering of families of those killed during Iran's national uprising.